Aloha and welcome to the East Oahu Realty Report, second quarter 2015.
If we look at the big picture, we can see that house prices in the United States rose 5% from the first quarter of 2014 to the first quarter of 2015.
Colorado and Nevada lead the nation with double-digit price appreciation, while Hawaii was up about 2%.
The city and county of Honolulu is up 5% year over year and remains strong in price appreciation. Honolulu is ranked 109th in the nation after cities like number 1, Naples-Immokalee-Marco Island, Florida, up 20%, and Port St. Lucie, Florida, up about 13%.
If we look at the nation's financial stress index in the last quarter, it is at negative 1.05 points. You can see we are down from the index's highs of over 6 points during the last recession, which is highlighted in red.
In June, most of the supply indicators increased, from active and new listings to months supply. However, months supply of inventory on the market remains around 3 months for both categories, which is historically still low and considered a seller's market.
When home inventory is around 3 months, historically, this corresponds with double-digit price appreciation.
In the second quarter, closing volume was up about 7% for single-family homes and 22% for condominiums. This is a huge jump in sales of condos, the highest number of sales in a single month since June 2007. Over time, we can see the peak and trough pattern that demand follows.
If we overlay the month's supply on this demand chart, we can see the inverse relationship between supply and demand over the last 27 years. Currently, supply is low and demand is high.
The effect of this low supply and high demand is likely what is putting upward pressure on median sales price. In the second quarter, prices rose about 2% for single-family homes and 3% for condominiums year over year. Projections through 2018 are that with an average of 4% growth, we could reach $757,000 for single-family homes and $415,000 for condominiums.
Pending sales is a count of the properties that have offers accepted on them in the given month. In June, we were down about 13% for single-family homes and up about 15% for condominiums.
Days on market is a good measure of market velocity, or how quickly homes are selling. In June, market velocity increased for both categories. Single-family homes sold 5% quicker and condominiums sold 12% quicker year over year.
In the second quarter of 2015, homeowners realized over 100% of their asking price for both categories. This was up 3% for single-family homes and 4% for condominiums.
Looking at Honolulu's employment by sector, over the last 4 years we see government, education, and healthcare employment remaining firm. Hospitality and professional services are turning up, while trade and transport, financial and construction employment are stabilizing.
In this chart, we can see the amount of real estate loans relative to total bank assets over the last 40 years. This indicates bank exposure to real estate purchases. Too low of a number is negative, and too high can indicate a bubble. We are currently at 24%. This is off 11 points from the ratio's high of 35% in the peak of the market in 2006.
The line in the graph represents an index that tracks Hawaii's economic activity. We can see the last 5 U.S. recessions highlighted in red. Since the spring of 2010, the index has recovered 15.03 points.
In June, visitor arrivals were up 6.91% year over year.
Visitor days topped 39 million through June 2015. This was up 3.6% compared to the same period last year.
In the first half of the year, 2015, visitor spending was nearly $7.6 billion. This is up 3.5% year over year.
In summary, for the second quarter of 2015, prices were up for both categories and supply remains low. Market velocity increased for both categories. And lastly, there was a continued stabilizing of Hawaii's economy.
The neighborhood of the quarter is Kalihi-Palama single-family homes. Demand is up. There have been 53 closed sales through the second quarter. This is an increase of 8%. Market velocity increase 38% to an average of 18 days on market.
This high demand and market velocity through the second quarter of 2015 may have caused Kalihi-Palama's median price to rise 12% for single-family homes.
If we look at Kalihi-Palama single-family homes using the seasonal buying patterns chart, we can see that over the past 3 years, the most closings of 21 have occurred in the month of October. If we assume an average closing time of 45 to 60 days, these units went into escrow in August and September.
Therefore, August and September would be the best time period to list a single-family home in Kalihi-Palama. Conversely, by the same logic, a buyer could expect the lowest competition in the months of December and January. If we look at the pond analysis for Kalihi-Palama in the past 6 months, we can see that on average 9.7 new listings entered the market each month. The listings are exiting the pond or being sold at a lower rate than they are coming in at 7 per month. With 39 listings currently on the market, there are 5.6 months of inventory on the market. Given these different rates of ingress and egress to the pond and our current inventory, sellers have about a 17.9% chance of selling each month.
These numbers earn Kalihi-Palama single-family homes the neighborhood of the quarter. With the help of a proven professional, you can navigate this often confusing and difficult process with ease. When you work with East Oahu Realty, you work with a team of knowledgeable and experienced professionals equipped with special expertise. Thank you for watching, and until next quarter, aloha.